Somebody asked me a question that made me really, really think. I first of all want to say that thank you so much for sending in your questions. Your questions are very, very insightful. They really make me think. And this is one of the questions that when I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is actually something that I had to think about. And then I wrote some talking points down because I really thought about it and I wanted to be very intentional when I was responding to this question. So the question was, what is the one belief that has completely changed your life? And that actually made me smile. It is an absolutely brilliant question. So the one belief that has completely changed my life is that people are the door to opportunities. Now, people always think that opportunities just come from anywhere, that opportunities come from you just always putting yourself out there. But people underestimate relationship capital. The relationships that you build are the relationships that are going to get you the opportunity that you need. The Bible always talks about gifts of men. And what are gifts of men? Gifts of men are the relationships that you invest in, the relationship that you've poured in, the relationship that you've taken your time to work through that are able to get you into the next step. How do people know about you? It's because people that you have that relationship capital with speak on your behalf in rooms that you've probably never entered into. People talk about how you relate with them. One thing I think people underestimate is how you make people feel, how you leave people, how you make people feel when you deal with them, when you talk with them, when you disagree with them. And it is in those moments you should never make people feel small. You should never leave people feeling like they don't belong or they are not worth it, because people always remember how you make them feel. How you treat people matters. How you resolve issue matters. How you leave out of a disagreement matters. How you handle difficult conversations with difficult customers, clients, people, because your friends can become your clients. How do you handle them? How do you talk to them? How do you relate with them? How do you make them feel? Do you leave them feeling good about themselves? Because that is what people are going to hold on to. That is what people are going to talk about when they put you in these rooms. If people always leave you feeling drained, feeling distasteful, or feeling worse about themselves, they are not necessarily going to promote you. You don't know what people say about you, and you want to ensure that when they leave you, when they are talking about you, they are talking about you in a very positive way. When they say your reputation precedes you, it is because people have gone ahead of re-announcing the emotional feeling, the emotional capital that you have left with them. Even in very difficult situations, you want to make sure that each person is leaving that situation in a way that you can agree to disagree. My mother always used to teach me that when you are leaving someone, always leave with a door open. Never leave with that door being shut, because you do not know where you will need them in the future. That doesn't mean that you should disrespect yourself. That doesn't mean that you should people please. No. It just means that you should respect people, because people are the door to the opportunity that you are looking for. And that is a belief that I have applied even in my business. My customer service, I ensure that my customers feel loved. I ensure that my customers feel like I am treating them like a human being, because nobody is going to give me money if they don't feel like they are being treated like a human being. Everybody wants to be valued. Even you yourself, you want to walk into a place, or you want to interact with someone, and you want to feel like you're valued. You do not go where you're not loved. And if you're somebody that has a nasty behavior towards people, you're not necessarily going to go very far, because you are going to be closing doors. You are going to be closing opportunity. People won't tell you. They won't say anything. they will just reject you and move on, and you will never know why. So every time you come in contact with someone, ask yourself, am I leaving this person better than I met them? Because that is how people build trust with you. That is how people build in understanding with you. That is how people grow with you, and that is how people trust your word. Do not neglect the littlest person, because you do not know where that person is going to lead you to. Just because you feel like this person is not worth your time, your effort, or they do not look like what you think they look like, you don't know the influence they hold. The gift of men is what elevates you, what puts you in the... So I'm going to just leave you with this. Always invest in people. Always invest in people. Not because not because you want to get something or you want to step on the head, or not because you're looking for progression. Those are quite important. But invest in people because you genuinely care. And invest in people because the opportunity that you're praying for is already connected to somebody that you met. And all it takes is for God to reroute that person back to you and ensure that that opportunity is yours. But if you have closed that door, you will never ever be able to get that opportunity, and it will be twice as harder to be able to get to that next level. So yes, I hope this has blessed you, and I hope this is a belief that you leave here today practicing.